popping off, boys.
He's gonna get pulled. Dude, Kits, I wonder what was gonna happen if we actually fought.
I'm very intrigued as to what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna fucking darkness your ass to hell.
Oh, I know. I think the only way I could have got out into that if I just happened to roll first initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is that like
you would have constantly had to have done
Reckless
attack.
Yeah.
Which would have given you even rolls, but would have given me so much more advantage than I already had.
Yeah.
You know?
I would just have to hope that I can do enough damage because I have extra attack and I wasn't pulling a weapon, but my unarmed does 8 damage in rage mode.
Well, you know what the other thing I was gonna do, since I was gonna whip your legs and try to trip you.
Oh yeah, you probably get advantage on that, wouldn't you?
Well, I get advantage on everything in darkness. Nearly everything.
And I wouldn't get the dex save because I can't see.
Exactly.
If it wasn't for the darkness, though, Oryx Peacekeeper would destroy you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be even whatsoever. He would.
That darkness is a game-changing spell for sure.
It's like without Devil's Sight, it's really not that helpful. It's honestly kind of useless.
Yeah.
I honestly believe
like
that
Fog
darkness
Cloud
is purely made to be in tandem with Devil's Sight or some kind of like magical vision.
Yeah. That would be really good for like an assassin build. Like if you get a character with Devil Sight.
Absolutely. Well,
like an assassin warlock, rogue, that would be fucking dope.
A rogue with like 1 Eldritch Invocation.
What level do you start getting invocations?
5. Every 5. Or no, it's.
Oh, I feel like you get one earlier than that.
No, you start with 1, and then you get another one every 5.
Okay. And
Mr. Bones from something, or is he your creation?
I originally made him as the first time I ever ran Mr. Bones, he was a creature, or he was a spin on a creature named Lord Marogar from World of Warcraft, because I just thought he was ridiculous. And now Mr. Bones has some of those features from that fight in World of Warcraft, but he is also, what's it called? He also has the personality of Mr. Bones from a YouTube video. How do you guys like the Sanity little system I made?
It's cool.
Oh, it's been fun. It actually helps you roleplay.
Yeah, it does. I think we need to modify and like adapt it somewhat from my regular Sanity.
Yeah, I just threw it around with just entirely based off your stats. I was like, I need to get something prepped for tonight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think we need to figure out like some kind of system to like adapt this to my normal Sanity.
Yeah.
For when I lose my shit, because this is cool. I like this.
Oh yeah, because like your character is the most based upon Sanity. Because just how crazy your backstory was.
I'm gonna go nuts multiple times through this campaign. I'm just gonna lose my shit.
He's going bonkers.
My question for you guys is if I maybe reworked the system a little bit and made it more, instead of, so like I said, Dezeld's starting Sanity was 48. Maybe if I made it a lot higher, like maybe his would end up being double that or something. And maybe I restricted sanity loss to things in combat or like being in dungeons and things like that. So that way when you're in town resting, you're actually regaining some of your sanity.
Oh,
so that way this shit doesn't happen as often. But I mean, your sanity could spiral out of control if you get really low. Would you want to do something like that?
That would be interesting.
We could play around with it for some time.
It might be something cool to try, It might be a bit.
It might be too
more
much
for you to track,
Yeah.
Like, you might forget about it over time, but
yeah.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
What do we want to do this Saturday? Do you want to play another Halloween session, or do we want to play my campaign, or what's the vibe?
I'd be fine with your campaign. I love playing Krell.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Yes, sir.
So with Krell,
mm-hmm.
Let me get my notepad open. So, give me 1 second. Sorry.
Take your time.
When we talked about before, what do you remember me telling you about the Collector? Like what the relation was between you and Krell? Like, what was your goal with him?
Well, the idea was that the person who picked up my sword, Galen, was working for him through contact and a middleman, and he was going to go pick up this weapon for the collector to kind of put in a display case. And the problem is that during his acquisition of this item, he accidentally picked it up with his bare hand, and that is when the patron overwhelmed his body. And so Galen lost all sense of who he was, but Krell took over his body, has Galen's memories, and has very limited memories of his previous life. And was like, okay, well, I need to figure out who fucking hired this guy to get my sword, because if I do that, I can figure out where to go next. So
Okay.
The first thing Krell did was hunt down people who, and killed them just to make sure he had full control over Galen. And then after he killed them, he was like, okay, well, let's figure out where this collector guy is. He went to go find him, and he figured, or you and I were talking, and he figured that the best course of action would be to kill this guy because he would be kind of problematic if he stood around, for Krell, because he still wants that sword that Krell has.
Okay.
At least that was our original conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to amend that, and I'm sorry that I'm doing it after the fact.
It's fine.
So the collector, I want to say he would want the sword, but he found, so he discovered the tomb of the guy you're interested in.
Yeah,
and that's what he said that aloud when you were in the room with him. He told you that little exposition.
Yeah,
and he discovered the tomb, and he found the journal which decided where to find your sword. And so.
And now I think Krell's current goal is to go to that tomb and see if there's any other clues pointing him in the direction of Alistraz.
Okay.
Or Alistraz, or whatever his name is.
I think the collector will have some more things to offer for you in terms of information. Because, as you could probably logically think of it, the journal was no longer there at the tomb.
Yeah.
The collector probably has it. So, the collector isn't gonna... he saw you with the sword, so he knows something's up.
Yeah.
But I think now it's gonna be a game of, who's gonna do who favor.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Is that would that be an okay direction fine. You want to take it? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just want to make sure. I'm sorry again for
no, you're
giving
fine.
You the wrong impression. I didn't want to do that.
Well, if he didn't get the journal, he was going to go there and kind of figure out this person's name, figure out who else is buried here in this tomb. Maybe there's other bodies there or what have you. It's a whole catacomb for the family, and maybe collect information off of them and then continue to follow his goal or what have you. And it would just be real. I mean, in his mind, he'd be following his goal. In the actuality, he'd be following the plot.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going to try and set up in a way where the collector will, you'll do something for him, he'll do something for you. That way no one's killing each other off the bat.
Yeah.
And it should be interesting to see where it goes.
Yeah, I gotcha. I just can't believe 3 people tried to kill that guy in one day.
I know. I was like, God damn, he's going to be a putt device. Come on, now you can't kill a putt device right off the bat.
I'm just sitting there with my pumpkin.
I mean,
Yeah.
I had to.
Yeah, no, see, you have good reason. I mean, Krell had a good reason too, because Krell's Krell.
Krell's evil.
Yeah.
He would have tried to kill him anyway.
It was just kind of, for...
He's just there for, yeah. But yeah, so this next session, you guys will see him again, but you should have a nice... hopefully the dice could just say fuck it and just throw that plan out the window. But you guys should have a nice conversation and be on a somewhat equal footing.
Yeah,
you all should know where everyone stands. And so the party hasn't all been together yet. I mean, you've been in the same room and you fought against enemies, but you haven't say Krell and Old Fig. They haven't met Reynold and Kib.
We met Kib briefly, but we haven't met Reynold at all.
Yeah. So, but you will have the chance at the beginning of the session too.
Yeah.
When you go to the courthouse.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to talk and make sure we set you up proper.
I got you. How do y'all like me using fucking catapult to launch my weapon?
That was a very interesting way of using it. I'll give you points for that one.
Thank you. I was sitting here. I was like, I want to do it in style. Krell's all about style.
Those are just like a saber throw,
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, I don't know how you would feel about this in the future, but I was thinking as a tricky way to finish off an enemy, because I want to get a 2 levels of fighter to get action surge, obviously, and so I want to at one point use my action to throw my rapier onto the other side of an enemy. And then as it's about to hit the ground, action surge and use my other action to Eldritch Blast it and pull it to the enemy from the backside. And just skewer them pretty much.
It fakes them out. That would be very interesting.
I've been thinking about every way to fucking turn my character into a Sith Lord. And that's one of my favorite combos there. But
I guess I would say
it's not very efficient.
You can just throw the sword past them, and then it would be the attack roll to see if you can pull it back through.
Yeah.
But it would have to be like an execution move.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't make much sense to go ahead and throw your sword away unless you have other means of attacking.
Yeah. I mean, I've got other spells. I've got Shocking Grasp, Witch Bolt, Eldritch Blast, things like that. I've got things for melee combat. What else? I actually want to at some point try and hide away from people, obviously, because I don't want to practice magic in broad daylight. But I want to hide away from people at some point with downtime and practice using my Eldritch Blast to pull my blade to me, so that way, if I miss, I can catch it, not get killed, or not get shanked, because otherwise it's still flying at me. At some point, I want to practice that. And I could also get to a point where I can use catapult to launch my sword and then run towards them and use Eldritch Blast to pull it out of them. I just think that would be cool.
Oh my god.
Or Eldritch Blast them, pull them to me, and then grab it and start attacking them again.
Is Veilstrass the guy that's important?
Yeah, he's just the guy Krell has a hate boner for.
Okay. I just want to make sure I have his name right. I'm going to update the GM notes in your character.
Yeah. Veilstrass. Yeah.
There we go. I'll be honest, whenever you asked for his real name, I was like, oh my god, I gave him my real name a long time ago. I just forgot what it was. I had to make up something entirely new on the spot. That's the thing I'm discovering about DMing, things it's funny how it works out.
Yeah. You gotta try and, me, I have to have copious amounts of notes, or I have to wing everything.
Yeah, I'm at the same point. Having all these notes makes this so much easier to organize.
Yeah.
No way could I just do this all on the top of the dome. I would forget so many things and probably piss you all off.
Ooh, what?
This fucking Halloween thing is mostly fucking off the top of the head for me. I'm just fucking winging it.
Hey, but that's fine though. It's a Halloween. It's it's not really.
So I am curious.
Yes.
Is there a set way to trigger the Mr. Bones fight?
I do not have a set way. I'm pretty much waiting for someone to hit 0 and to have a combat encounter for it. Because at 0, some your illusions are going to manifest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was curious. I'm I just completely forgot what I was gonna say.
Tommy's.
I was just curious whether we've just been missing something this whole time.
Nah, I've just been fucking with you guys.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Agathar, Agathar, everyone has levels of their sanity and how it progresses. Agathar's starting sanity is 32, and each level is a fourth of their a fourth of your sanity missing. So his first one's at 24, second one's 16, third one's 18, last one's 0. When he hit 4, he starts seeing visions of himself commanding undead, which is a commandment of Paylor, like, don't do this, big bad bad. And then his level 2 is darkness surrounds him, which is just because Paylor is all about light. If darkness surrounds him, he can't see anything. It's like the light has abandoned him. Level 3 is he hears the goblin killing people around him. Obviously, he had his whole fucking fight with the coalition way back. And then level 4 is searing light starts to hurt him. So Paylor's like lashing out at him in the last one. But you guys would see this, and I would manifest it as some sort of creature for you to fight. I was hoping Dezeld would hit 0 first. He has my favorite 0, but
Sorry to disappoint.
it's okay. I mean, yours is going to be cool, but it's going to be like a simple little fight, I think.
Right. So I think they're like when I saw the thing in that barrel.
Yeah.
At first, I like was very tempted to be like Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones.
Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Oh, well.
I was gonna keep posting more pictures or gifs of the lighthouse.
There's a lighthouse?
Pograt.
The lighthouse, the movie.
There's a movie about a lighthouse?
Do you
The
actually
movie's a
know the
banger.
movie I'm talking about though?
No.
The Lighthouse? What? It's so good. It's got Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson.
Who?
It's
Who?
got
William Dafoe. He's the Green Goblin.
Who you calling Green Goblin?
And it's got Robert Pattinson, who's the new Batman.
Twilight guy?
You know, Edward. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like their two best their best performances ever.
I beg to differ. Twilight went pretty hard.
No, you haven't seen this. You're fond of me, lobster.
I'm sorry. What?
No,
What did I come back to?
Robert Pattinson
What?
was just making jokes in Twilight.
If I had a steak, I'd fuck it.
Oh.
It's like the best movie ever. You get to watch two fucking dudes get drunk and lose their minds. It's very apt for this.
Oh, yeah.
So Tristan,
Okay.
would you say you
13.
absorbed Galen's memories?
Yes.
What happened?
Interesting.
We're talking about Krell. Yeah, pretty much. Krell, because I didn't want to play a character that had no fucking memory whatsoever.
Right.
So I was like, well, let's just have him have this criminal's memory.
Interesting. I think I might know what to do with that.
You know what we need? You know what?
What?
I know what we should do for tomorrow, at least. Because I
What's
can
that?
bring my laptop with me.
Oh.
And just like be chilling in a hotel room, so long as we're not doing anything that night. But
What
we
night?
should
Tomorrow
watch.
night?
We should watch The Lighthouse.
I am down because I work the overnight tomorrow night.
Yeah, we should watch it because it's a good sort of spooky, psychological, funny movie. It's good. It's just good. Because I own it, and so I can just fucking stream my shit.
All right. So
Oh, I'm down, Hunter, by the way.
Yeah. Let's do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Movie time.
What are we doing tomorrow? Sorry, what?
We're I'm gonna
Movie time.
I'm gonna
11:30
bring my
p.m.
laptop with me, and we'll watch The Lighthouse. I'll stream it. You can watch my screen.
11:30 p.m.
Yeah, sure.
all right. You can't see anything. Bottom left. You can't see your character. Eli?
I can see things now.
Okay,
Don't
cool.
give me a shit.
Doing the Little Wayne voice actually made my brain hurt.
Interesting.
I
Consume
believe it.
lemons.
There's so much pressure on my freaking cranium when I do it.
Is he still making music?
No,
He's
not
little,
really. Yeah, as Little Wayne would do.
Don't forget about my signature apple pie.
Excuse me.
As
Is that
Lil
a
Wayne
quote?
usually does.
My favorite commercial ever.
Little Wayne made apple pie.
In some random football commercial, he was like, "But don't like." He added absolutely nothing to what the commercial was trying to sell. He's just in there for like 5 seconds. He turns around from a grill for whatever reason. He's like, "But don't forget about my signature apple pie."
Oh,
And he's got pie in his head.
wasn't there another commercial where he was sitting on a couch or something and they like dropped champagne on his phone? I think, yeah, and they were like, "Oh wow, this phone's water resistant." And he's like, "Whoa."
Oh,
Something
I
like
think
that.
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, and he like just starts pouring it on there.
Just that.
Yeah.
I
It's like,
think
what?
this should copy.
What a cool man.
No, Steam,
I
I
wanna
don't
meet
want you
him.
to open.
Dude, I love Little Wayne.
I wonder if he streams like Soulja Boy.
This
Now-
should open.
I would so watch his stream if he streamed. Oh, spooky sounds.
He had a competition in high school, and this was 2010. But
Oh
and
no.
one of the
Oh,
questions was which Lil Wayne song best describes the IB program, and it was "Drop the World," and everyone was like, "What are you talking about?"
I don't
The old
know.
lady that made it, and so she made the competition, and she made the answer, and everyone was like, "What is she talking about?"
What the hell?
What? Drop the world. What does it even mean?
I think it's just because it had the world in it. I think that's the only thing she was going with, was that it's like a
It's a
worldwide
joke.
organization.
I'm gonna reach for.
She should have had something. She should have the kid look over that. I don't know why though. I thought that you were gonna say you had this competition, and then you took a second. You were like, "Oh, it was in 2010, all right." And then you were gonna go and say you had to dress up as Little Wayne. That's gonna be
Bro, I'm gonna pull on that.
That'd be something. That would be a better story.
What was our very first encounter while on Roll20?
It was the Displacer Beast.
Yeah.
Ah. Just about to say we should go check up on that guy. You
Oh,
guys don't
God.
know who that guy is.
It would
Alright.
technically be not us. You would be there.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't even remember his name. What was his name, Tristan?
What was it?
Wildheart or something like that. The guy that we did the Displacer Beast thing for.
Andre, I think.
Andre, that's what it was. Yep. Andre.
Last thing is I'm probably going to ask you this again in a little while, but I just want to throw it to you guys so you can think about it. The Mr. Bones fight is going to have 3 difficulties that you can choose from. You guys can choose easy, which is essentially I will give you the stat. No, you won't get the stat block for the Mr. Bones fight. You have no risk if you die in the Mr. Bones fight. Your character does not die; he's safe, and you just kind of get mediocre rewards, maybe a few magic items, whatever.
Right.
Or we can do the hard mode boss fight, which is if you die, your character will die. They will no longer continue in the story. You'll get better rewards, but you will also get the stat block of Mr. Bones. Or we can do the mythic boss fight, which is the best rewards. You don't get the stat block, and if you die, you really die.
What was the kind of middle ground one?
The middle ground is if you die, you really die. You get better rewards, and I give you the stat block for Mr. Bones, so you can strategize around how he works.
Mythical.
I don't
Yeah,
like
mythical. I like the idea of mythical.
I just say,
Hell yeah.
I just say, let's just keep it this is, you know what I mean? This is canon. You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
I don't like the idea of dying. I'm attached to Marin.
I would recommend maybe hard, because I'm not even 100% certain I've balanced Mr. Bones correctly for a boss fight.
I don't want to lose Marin to a Halloween event.
Yeah. Also, Mr. Bones is an absolutely ridiculous boss fight. You'll be like, wait, what? He has this, I'm not going to tell you, but he has 2 abilities that work in cohesion, and they are ridiculous as the fucking fight goes on. They're just silly. They're just...
Let me ask you this, Tristan. If we choose to do it mythically, or if we choose to fight him on mythic setting, could we get a refresh on all of our stats and health pool?
Yeah.
Before we fight? Okay.
Yeah.
Just to make it evil, level playing field.
Yeah.
Okay.
This whole sanity thing is just pre Mr. Bones. I don't really want to tie you guys to fucking being in a different mindset where you can't work together while you fight Mr. Bones. I kind of want you to metagame whenever you fight Mr. Bones. If you do it mythic, that's fine. You won't have the stat block in front of you, but you could still metagame and
I'm not worried about stat block. I'm just worried about doing it to him.
Yeah.
And what Mr. Bones doesn't know is that for my downtime, my constitution got bumped to 18, giving me a +4, giving me more health, and giving me 1 more AC.
Hell yeah.
And now I'm a level 5 barbarian, which has 2 attacks on 1 action. And you know what he also forgot? He forgot I can move 40 feet
You can only move 40
In
feet.
6 seconds.
Dang.
Okay,
You can
okay,
only
Guru
move
Ken.
40 feet.
Okay, Guru Ken.
Wait, that sucks. You can only move 40?
You can only.
Oh my god, you don't travel the speed of light on average?
I looked it up. I looked
On
it up the other day 'cause
average.
I was thinking about it, and I can, in fact, if I were, I'm allowed to action dash, bonus action, step of the wind dash, and then plus my movement. So I can go 150 feet if I want to
Oh my
Alright.
god, in 6 seconds.
in 6 seconds.
It's absurd.
Hold up,
What
what's
if
this?
you? Isn't there a spell that doubles your movement speed?
There's Expeditious Retreat, which gets you to dash.
Yeah.
Oh, Long Strider, maybe?
Long Strider, I think,
think
is
so.
just you get to dash as a bonus action.
Yeah.
So if you
Okay,
became a rogue, you could
Long
cunning
Strider,
action.
Long Strider is just, yeah, rogues can do the same thing. But Long Strider is just you get an extra 10 feet. But Expeditious Retreat is you can dash as a bonus action.
What?
Gotcha.
How much feet of movement do you have in one turn?
Me, at a max,
Yeah.
150 feet.
Yeah.
If I spend a key point, I can have 150.
You're going 13.6% the speed of sound.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Speed of sound on a standard day at, say, sea level stat conditions is about 761 miles per hour, which is about 1,100 feet per second.
But my strength, intelligence, and constitution are at, oh, maybe it's charisma. And charisma are at a -3.
Oh, man.
And my constitution's at -2.
So it's only, so your dex and your wisdom are your highest, is that right?
They're the only ones I have. I have a 20 in dex, and I think
Uh-huh.
and I have a 14 in wisdom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So saving throws that are not dex are your weakness.
Intelligence, constitution, and charisma, yeah. Strength
Okay.
is just a straight roll. I have a 0 in strength
okay,
because I'm proficient in it. So the -3, and then proficiency gives me evens it out.
Oh, gotcha,
Which is
gotcha.
nice.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah, because we got +3 now.
Yeah. And now dex saving throws, I have a +8.
Hell yeah.
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 Oh man.
You don't think we'll be able to finish Mr. Bones tonight?
I don't think so.
Huh.
We might be. I mean, like as long as I can stay alive, I'll stay up. But it's up to you guys. If you want, we could knock it all out tonight. He has a lot of health, but like he has the most health of anything you guys have fought with these characters. And his kit complexity is, I would say, a little less complex than what's his face, than Experiment 1C. And he also has some things that prolong the fight. So it's like a proper boss fight.
Fucking that one.